What's up, guys? This is Rob from dubseed.com, a marketplace for stems, samples, and acapella tracks. I'm sitting here with a good friend of mine, Jesse Leach from Jesse Leach Music. We got a very cool track that he's just produced with some other artists. He's going to go through that track, answer a few questions, and pick some pieces apart. Jesse, you want to tell us a bit about the track?
Yeah, this is for an artist named Uncle Meg. She's a rapper here in Brooklyn, and we did one EP together, and now she's putting out the full album. She is with another group that's done a lot of touring and stuff called Hand Job Academy. So this track's gonna be off that album, and yeah.
Let's jump in. We'll take a listen to a good couple seconds here and just get a feel for the track.
Definitely.
Cool.
Can't stop cause I won't stop. Can't stop cause I won't stop, no.
That's so fucking crazy.
Can't stop cause I won't stop. And I can't stop cause I won't stop. And I can't stop cause I won't stop.
Blacked out, don't know where I've been.
Can't stop cause I won't stop.
Blacked out, don't know what I did.
Can't stop cause I won't stop.
I'm blacked out, don't know where I've been.
Can't stop cause I won't stop. And I can't stop cause I won't stop. And I can't stop cause I won't stop.
Blacked out, don't know where I've been.
Can't stop cause I won't stop.
Blacked out, don't know what I did.
Can't stop cause I won't stop.
I'm blacked out, don't know where I've been.
Can't stop cause I won't stop. And I can't stop cause I won't stop. And I can't stop cause I won't stop.
They told me don't rush into things, it's just a phase like everything. She said you so mean when you poppin' these amphetamines. I told every girl, hey baby, it's forever. I stay spinning off the wagon cause forever mean never.
Yo, all I remember is taking those shots. Woke up all over my stomach in knots. Brains on cocaine, I need a dang strain. Roll up a blunt and I'm at it again. Got another show, my raps I don't know. What am I wearing? That dress on.
Cool, man. I'm digging it. I think one of the first things that really caught my ear were the that like hard hitting horn sound that you have layered with the bass line, and you have that like thick sub bass that like really complements those horns. Do you want to see if we can solo just the horns and the bass line and just take a listen to that?
Yeah, we'll take a look at that. So it's mostly basic trap type sounds at the base of this, with the heavy 808s and the really crisp snares and hi-hats and everything. But then just wanted to build some lighter stuff on top, make it a little more dreamy and crazy, but like that's the bedrock there. So we got the brass here. Let me see, go to the top. And then we got this. And we got the kick.
So let's start off with just this instrument you have here. This is just like a stock Logic instrument.
Yeah, this one is from a sample pack of trap sounds.
Okay.
You know, it's like some tuba sounds.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So that's all pretty much the main ingredients of that trap sound.
And is it in sampler, or what are you running that through?
Yeah, I got it in the EX 24, which is a
Okay.
really easy to use sampler. You know, there are 3 different sounds. You see that here.
Yeah.
And they kind of get out of range and start sounding weird.
Right.
So then once you get to the next one, you put in the other sample.
Okay. I get it. So you downloaded this sample pack, or like these 3 specific samples, and then you're just tuning them based on certain sections or like certain frequencies.
Yeah, like this was a lower sound, and then
Okay.
once it starts sounding out of its range up there, then I got the next one.
Dope.
So an E1, E2, and E3. And yeah, it's just some big heavy brass sounds to get that trap sound.
Okay, cool. So let's just take a listen to just this instrument playing its riff.
All right.
Okay.
So that's double. Yeah, so that's double with the 808. It's playing the exact same thing.
Okay. And did you process this instrument at all? Is this just like raw, straight samples that you've thrown into a sampler?
Yeah, this one I didn't mess with very much. There's where is it? There's a little bit of EQ on there
Yeah.
to leave room for the 808 that it's doubled with, so that those low frequencies aren't clashing too much, you know. So I cut out some of the very, very low end, so it's not competing with 808 and all that. But otherwise, that one's pretty much just, I didn't mess with it very much.
So let's check out that 808.
Yeah. All right. So let me see. All right. Let me see where I am in this song real quick.
Yeah.
Got.
Stop and I can't stop cause I won't stop.
Blacked out, don't know what I did.
Can't stop cause I won't stop.
I'm blacked out, don't know.
It's actually not an 808, but it's an 808 kind of sound.
Yeah, that real low sub bass.
Yeah. So here we go.
And that's with the kick as well.
There's also
Okay.
a kick in there. So I think I had a sidechain compression so that when the kick hits, the sub bass drops out, or the 808 drops out a little bit, so they're not interfering.
Yeah.
And so yeah, this is coming from Massive, my 808 sound.
Okay, interesting. Is this something that you a plugin, or is this something you built in Massive? I mean, a patch.
Oh, actually, no.
I don't know.
Sorry, I was wrong.
Also, for those that hear this torturous screaming, that happens to be the neighbors upstairs.
Yeah, that's scary. That's
Yeah.
scary. It threw me off my game
Yeah.
for a second.
There's not some weird like dungeon that we have little kids captured in.
No torture chamber.
Nothing like that. It's just a really obnoxious little boy that throws tantrums from time to time. So just listen to that and enjoy that. Anyways, 808.
But yeah, the 808 sound, it's not an 808 sample, but it sounds pretty similar. That's coming from a keyboard that I really like, software keyboard, which it taking a little power to load up here. There we go.
Okay, React.
The Razer keyboard.
Right.
It's a really cool keyboard. It sounds really like rich and organic and three-dimensional. So I'm trying to learn more about programming this. This, I admit, was a preset inside the keyboard.
Yeah.
Tweaked a little bit, but
Nothing wrong with that though. It's got a thick sound to it. It definitely hits really hard, and it's got like that kick drum sound at the beginning. Is that built into this this instrument, or is the kick drum a different instrument on top of that?
there is a kick on top of it to give it a little more attack.
Yeah.
But this does have kind of a kick sound. I'll play it.
Yeah. Cool. Cool.
So yeah, it takes up a lot of space, and I have a kick drum in with it too, though, just to give it a little more attack.
All right, let's hear all three of those together. This is the 808 sounding thing, the kick drum, as well as the horns.
Okay, and the horns.
Let's get the horns
Yeah.
in
I got too many tracks on this one,
there. Okay, there we go.
so that's all three. So you can hear the attack from the kick just gives a little more. Like here's with the kick and the 808 sound.
Yeah.
See there's sidechain compression, so every time the kick hits, the sub bass drops out for a second, so they don't clash over each other.
Can we open up that sidechain compression?
Yeah. So see, I've got to go into the sidechain here on bus 10.
Okay.
It goes out to it, and so now it's gonna duck every time the kick drum hits, so that we get the attack of the kick drum,
Okay.
and that's how you get that kind of pumping sound in there.
Right.
So
So-
I'll play that.
Okay, yeah, you can very clearly see it's ducking every time that kick hits.
Yeah, so very heavy sidechain compression on there. So this is just the built-in compressor inside Logic, but it sounds really good. It's got lots of different settings up here that'll give you kind of a different feel.
Yeah.
But the Logic compressor, it sounds good.
Yeah. So this is the stock Logic compressor you're using right now.
Yeah, just
Okay.
built in.
Right. Cool, man. So let's keep moving forward here. We've got that bass line. We've got that kick that really adds the attack. Let's scoot back to the beginning and just kind of see what is on top of that bass line there.
Yeah.
Can't stop cause I won't stop.
So we go here.
Can't stop cause I won't stop.
Blacked out, don't know where I've been.
Can't stop cause I won't.
So there's
Can't
two
stop
horns,
cause
yeah?
I won't stop.
Blacked out, don't know where I've been.
Can't
stop.
Yeah, there's two horns going on.
Okay.
There's this repeating riff going on right here. So I got both.
Okay, cool. And are they're the same instrument, the same sampler? You've just got two different riffs going.
I think it's the same sound.
Okay.
I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, it's the same sound.
Cool. So tell us like your creative process. Do you remember how you decided to make those two play off of each other?
I just wanted something that was kind of like gonna build tension
Yeah.
and then drop into a heavier beat.
Okay, interesting.
So it just starts off with that repeating thing. I just wanted to kind of build up some tension and then kind of
Just
release
cut
it
to the minimal stuff.
and open up with more space and effects and reverb and stuff like on top of this kind of trap bedrock.
Yeah, interesting. So let's go to that drop after the build, the first little build up that you have there, and it kind of cuts to something that's not as simple, or that is a bit more simple, and doesn't really kick into the full song for at least like 4 measures or so.
Yeah,
Can't stop, cause I won't stop.
I don't know where I've been.
Can't stop.
that part you're talking about?
Yeah, so you have like this gap of a few measures before it really like hops into the beat.
Can't stop, cause I won't stop.
Blacked out, don't know what I did.
Can't stop, cause I won't stop.
I'm blacked out, don't know where I've been.
Can't stop, cause I won't stop. And I can't stop, cause I won't stop. And I can't stop, cause I won't stop.
Blacked out, don't know where I've been.
Can't stop.
Yeah. So in that section, basically, there's a lot of risers and stuff, like effect type sounds,
Yeah,
like white noise fading in and
Right.
out, just to give it some like some dimension and some, somewhere to go.
okay.
So
So let's just listen to, I guess, the build up that leads into that kind of minimal breakdown, we call it.
all right.
Can't stop, cause I won't stop. And I can't stop, cause I won't stop. And I can't stop, cause I won't stop. They told me don't rush into things. It's just a phase like everything. She said
Yeah, let's
you're so
listen to that again.
when you
Like, you got a few really cool things going on there. You kind of have those, like, you got that vocal kind of stab that's thrown in there. Let's see if we can pick some of those things out and just, like, hear where you were kind of coming from with that.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of sounds going on right there, and we'll take a look. So first of all, I'll zoom in here. We got this sound going on. I'll solo it. Oh yeah, it's right here. Yeah, it's another one. Here it is.
told me don't.
Okay, so what's that all about? What's the story?
Yeah, so I made that sound inside of Massive, and I'll pull it up. So this has just got some filters where the white noise is coming in. So you
Okay.
see down here
Yeah.
that I've got the white noise channel on,
Interesting.
and then it's turned to number 7, which is a step filter. So that means that as it plays, here I'll play it. You'll see it'll go along on this rhythm. I have it set to 8th.
Yeah.
There it is. So you see it's rising on that pattern. The white noise coming
Okay,
in because 7's
cool.
plugged into it.
Yeah.
So
So tell us one more time about exactly did you build that patch in Massive?
yeah, that one I put together.
So this is a step sequencer, yeah, and it's counting 8 steps, and on like 8 and 9, it's activating the amplitude of the noise, or what is happening as the step sequencer increases over here?
Yeah. Well, I've got 7 in the step sequencer attached to the noise filter right here,
Okay.
and it's on the amp one. So that's basically the volume of a white noise.
Okay.
So as that note continues to play, the volume gets turned up on it, so you hear the white noise slowly fade in.
Cool.
I use that a lot of times. Also, if you're doing like trance music or something that has like these dramatic build-ups, rising, then I'll take that step sequencer and go to the pitch, so that as the build-up is going, it's like all the way till you want to have the drop. So I really like Massive for sound effects and for risers and falls, I guess they call them.
Right.
Yeah, so it's kind of a riser type of concept, making that sound.
Cool. So we got that sound, and then we also had what sounded like the vocalist herself or some sort of vocals just throwing like one-hit stabs in there.
Yeah, I think that might be the woo.
Yeah.
Which this.
Homie, don't rush into things. It's just a phase like everything.
Hear that woo?
Yeah.
Is this? Can they see when I point right there?
I mean, they can with your mouse, so I'll just point with your mouse.
This sound right here is a woo sound. I think I don't really remember where I got it. I think I took it off some album of someone saying woo, and it sounded cool.
So that wasn't the vocalist?
No, here it is. So I put a lot of reverb on there.
Yeah.
Like the original sound is like this. If I turn the reverb off, oh, solo it and play it.
Oh, interesting.
So that's all it was to start, but I put this long reverb, and then all of a sudden it sounds, way better.
Yeah. All right, cool, man. So let's go back through that small little build you have on Massive, the woo sound, and let's see if there's any other pieces that we want to listen for over there.
Okay.
Is this like a technique you often use in kind of the breakdown, where you'll just try to create room but have like different pieces of interesting things happening from time to time?
Yeah, because I've been messing around with the trap kind of sound a little more lately.
Yeah.
And I love those sounds, like the heavy 808s and the crisp hi-hats and the crisp snare drums and all that. But then I try to put some other stuff on top of it that's like just to make it a little different, a little more unexpected, like some sample or stuff with more reverb and panning, so there's like the solid heavy sound underneath, but then there's all this craziness on top. So I've been messing around with that concept. But yeah, one more thing inside there is I've got some other vocal sounds.
All right, let's take a listen.
And
to
these
that.
are like beatboxing type of sounds.
Okay.
So
yeah. So I really dig that. Like, it reminds me of like Pharrell, like something that Pharrell would do, and like the drop it like it's hot. You know how he's doing the like. That's what it reminds me of personally.
Yeah, as the same type of thing. It's just some like vocal drum type of sounds.
Yeah.
So with these, I just put a lot of reverb and delay and stuff on them to make this section of the song like open up a little bit.
Right.
And yeah, then when you put it all together, it's like.
Homie, don't rush into things. It's just a phase like everything. She said you so mean when you popping these amphetamines. I told every girl.
Yeah. One other thing I've got in that section is some bass drops. You hear like a sub bass drop. If you got the big speakers in your car, and make like the whole neighborhood shake, which is always good.
Definitely.
So I was definitely trying to get some of that if I can find it. Got too many tracks on here, but hear the big drop right here. So it's kind of peeking out when I don't have the other instruments playing for some reason.
Yeah.
But that is just Massive 2, and it's the same concept as the noise risers I was doing.
Okay.
In this case, I've got the step filter here going down, and I've got this one attached to the pitch, and that's basically just this sine wave here. So
cool. That is a really awesome technique. So you basically have a step sequencer, count in like 1 or 2 steps, and then it tells the pitch after the second step or third step, to detune. So you've got this pitch sequencer here controlling the pitch of the first oscillator.
Yeah. So as I play, you'll see that it goes down the little bridge here.
Yeah.
Homie, don't rush into things. It's just a phase like everything. She said you so mean.
So yeah,
Cool.
it's just really easy and massive to set this stuff up. They've got all these different types of filters you can use. You know, if you go here, you have the LFO or the performer or the stepper.
Yeah.
So
I guess the advice you might give to people is, mess with the step sequencer and try to have that control different parameters of a synthesizer to kind of add more like movement or motion, without having to like automate it. It's just happening in kind of a sequence. Is that something that it seems like you do that pretty often?
yeah, sometimes the automation is good when it's going to be like different through the song,
Yeah.
or when you want it to be more human and like play the automation through the song with the controller. But some stuff like this is just easier to attach it with the LFO or whatever, like because then if you have a riser or something in a song, you can time it so it's going to go exactly 2 bars and
Right.
be exactly where you need it. So I can
Right.
put this to sync and put the ratio here, and then every time I pull this out for the riser on the song, it's going to be synced to exactly how I want it. Whereas with the sample, sometimes you need to stretch it or something and it makes it sound weird.
Definitely. All right, cool, man. So let's keep moving. We got kind of all these pieces figured out that lead into this really nice section where the beat kicks in.
Yeah, so we get through this kind of...
Then when you poppin' these amphetamines, I told every girl, hey baby, it's forever. I stay spinning off the wagon, cause forever mean never.
Yo, all I remember is taking those shots. Woke up hungover, my stomach in knots. Brains on cocaine, I need that dang strain. Roll up a blunt and I'm at it again. Got another show, my raps I don't know. What am I wearing? That dress on the floor. Shake that shit off, yo fuck Taylor Swift. I fuck a bitch up when they want a free hit.
We have time.
Yeah.
Cool.
So another thing I've got going on in that section is these vocal samples. They're kind of chopped up and like let me see if I can find it right here. And there's another one right here.
Interesting.
So I've got those samples going like all throughout the song, because the main vocals are pretty much in the center, but then I try to have some of these just to open it up and make it sound more dreamy and not just so heavy and bassy.
So where are those vocals sitting in the mix?
Yeah, I've got them all over. A lot at the beginning.
Are they panned out to like the left and right side?
A lot of them are. Let me see.
Yeah, let's see if we can just hear that.
So like here in this section, you see more of them.
Yeah, definitely.
And here.
And are these processed? You added like maybe some delay or something to these to spread them out a little bit, or what did you actually do to the vocals?
Yeah. There's definitely some panning on it to get it like out of the center and just bring some interest going the extreme panning. And I pitch shifted them because they weren't in the right key for this song. So a lot of times I use the pitch shifter in Logic here. Sometimes it's easier than going into the EX24. I just put this on it and you put the mix to 100 and then it's going to be 100% changed. Oh wait, I don't think I need to do that. Okay, I think these were in key because it's not even changed. But anyways.
So that's something that you often do, and you kind of just listen by ear to adjust the key of the sample to the key of the track.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you build a song around the sample.
Right.
And you just put it in that key and you like the sample the way it is. But sometimes you're building the song and you feel it needs some other ingredients, and then you find the sample second.
Yeah.
But it's not in the right key. Or sometimes you just really change it just to totally change like the character of the sample and like.
Right. But you definitely start off by tuning your samples before, or once you know what the key is of the track, you tune your samples to match the key or at least be somewhat synchronized with the key of the track?
Yeah, I always try to tune the samples. So when I build my own, I'll take the time to make sure that they're in key. So that way, if I go from another instrument and I change it, that it'll be seamless.
Okay.
Or if they're not tuned, sometimes you have to take all this time when you change an instrument to match it up. So I just like everything to be seamless and take the time to make sure all the samples are tuned correctly.
So let's continue listening when the actual verse comes in.
All right.
And I want to ask you about the vocals after we listen for a minute here.
Shake that shit off, yo fuck Taylor Swift. I fuck a bitch up when they want a free hit.
We halftime to the lifetime, the daytime to the bedtime. Shit, like I took a long time, put your knife to my throat, kill homo, no crime.
Too much, not enough. I push the limit. I snatch that bottle and then I jump in it. Naked chick swimming, now the room spinning. Pásame la cerveza on stage, I be living. I be in Uncle Meg up in this bitch. I want the green room stacked with gin and shit. I like my bitches thick and my blunts fat too. No niggas allowed, it's a girls night boo. No fuimos sin bola, no bola la lean. Act like you got diapers, no babysitting. Gonna look like Carlito, I'm apples, bitch. I got bitches tripping when they drink my shit.
So, how often do you work with vocalists or singers or anything like that?
Pretty frequently lately. Like I was doing mostly instrumental tracks, and lately it's mostly working with singers and rappers. So.
And is that something you've wanted to do for a while? Is make trap beats for vocalists or rappers or anything like that?
Yeah, I really like that because making instrumental beats is fun, but I feel like if you do that, you kind of need to DJ to get your songs out.
Right.
And I don't know, I'm not so interested in DJing right now.
Yeah.
So to work with a singer or rapper, something is like you get to see the music performed live and it gets out there.
Right. So you like mixing with vocalists as like part of a promotional technique?
Well, there's that aspect because a lot of times, they're going to be wanting to get it out too, so it's not just you.
Yeah.
But I also just enjoy it too, like getting someone else's mind in there, and sometimes they have some samples they want to work with or something.
Yeah.
So
and what was the case with this? Did you have the track first, or did you get approached by the vocalist first?
Yeah, it's always different. Sometimes people will have a hook or something, and sometimes I do a beat first. This one, the beat was pretty much finished. What I like to do is leave it a little more open, especially with samples and stuff. Because sometimes if you put a sample in about a theme, it like really directs the song,
right?
And the person has to rap or sing about that topic.
Yeah.
Which sometimes people like because it gives them some inspiration. But we work with this song is with Meg, and she's always got a lot of ideas. Very musical with samples and with hooks and stuff. So I know if I leave it more plain, she's gonna come with some good ideas.
Cool.
So this one I kind of added a little more in after she got some ideas going.
And how'd you get in contact with her?
Yeah, well, I recorded some songs for her friend who's also a rapper.
Okay.
So it's just kind of like getting referred.
And what advice do you have for producers who want to work with other vocalists or rappers or something in terms of how to find them or how to get in touch with them?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm not so good at that myself. I tend to be a hermit and stay inside of the computer making these beats. But I just think it's important to communicate, how you want to work, really have everything be out in the open and all the business type stuff too. Because so many times things go wrong when people don't get that clear in the first place, and they're unclear of what type of ownership there is for each person, who's going to promote and who owns it, and what type of recognition someone's going to get. So I say if everything's really up front, like the expectations, the money, the recognition, and the person knows what type of work you do, it's usually pretty straightforward from there.
Cool. That is very solid advice. Definitely something I think a lot of producers overlook. So let's take a listen to the vocals. I'm particularly interested how you mixed them into the rest of the track because they're really well mixed, and I feel like they sit in the track really well. And then you've got these other parts of the vocals that are like the backing vocals that are also mixed really well. And I know vocals are one of the things that a lot of producers have a lot of hard time mixing in properly. So let's take a listen, and then maybe if you could give some advice as to how to mix in the vocals.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, these vocals, I admit they weren't recorded in the best acoustic environment.
Yeah.
But you know, if you mix well, then sometimes you can still make it work. And I think these ones came out pretty good. So you see here, all of these ones that are kind of a mustard color are Meg's rap vocals, and the other person on the song, she goes by Apples. So I made her of her tracks green for Apples, cause
right, apple green.
I just
makes perfect sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, that's all Meg's vocals, and this is all Apples. So I can kind of solo these if you want to.
Yeah, let's take a listen.
See what's going on with just those.
Blacked out, don't know where I've been.
Can't stop cause it won't stop.
Blacked out, don't know what I did.
Can't stop cause it won't stop.
I'm
No.
blacked out, don't know where I've been.
Can't stop cause it won't stop. And I can't stop cause I won't stop. And I can't stop cause I won't stop.
So you have a serious amount of layers to both vocalists.
Yeah, we definitely do. So they're all kind of overlapping. So it was a lot more for this song, because with Meg we usually like to double track at least the rap. Like a classic thing we'll do with her is usually one main rap, and then we'll do a double.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll pan that just a little bit off center and have it be about the same volume just to thicken it up.
Okay.
And
so it's she raps through it once, does the same verse again, but like obviously the tone's going to be a little bit different, and then you offset the pan just a little bit so that it kind of creates like a wider feel to it.
yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll usually do a separate track of ad-libs, which will usually be a lot, and just kind of like take the ones that are needed and mute the other ones. But then if it's something singy, like she does a lot of singing too, so sometimes when it gets to the singing part, I'll have even more so they can open up and have stuff like hard panned. Because then the rap track will be in the center, but then you get to the hook, and all of a sudden it opens up because you have stuff hard panned left and right, and it just like little things like that in the mixing, I think, make the song more interesting.
Yeah, let's see if we can solo out one by one each of these and just keep adding the vocal layers in and really pick them apart.
All right, so I don't know if maybe I should go to the mixer view.
So this is just the.
Here's the where'd it go? Alright, here it is.
Can't stop cause it won't stop.
Okay.
Can't stop cause it won't
And
stop.
then let's just keep adding those vocals in and see what else is going
Can't
on.
stop cause it won't stop. And I can't stop cause it won't stop. And I can't stop
Whoops.
cause it won't stop.
Didn't mean to do that. So I keep putting more in.
Yeah.
Rush, found a 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 rush.
So
Can't stop cause I won't
So
stop. No.
let's loop that one found a rush part, and can we look at the audio, the wave images?
yeah.
If possible.
Alright. So the founder rush was these ones in here. Wait, no, it's back here. There we go.
So yeah, let's loop
Found a
that,
rush, found a rush, found a rush, found a
and
rush.
let's pick it apart. Like show us each layer, and I think it sounds like you have some sort of phaser on there or something.
Yeah.
Or is that maybe just the vocals that are a bit offset?
That is, I think I do have it into some effects. Let me see what part of the song is that.
Found a rush, found a rush, found a rush, found a rush.
Yeah. So these are going into bus 8.
Bro, red alert, battery, we're at
Oh.
3%.
Oh, we'll put
Cut.
it in.
Cut. I'm gonna take a time out here real quick.
Sorry.
We can sit here and I can ask you a question, or we can just plug this thing in and move on. I think let's do the second one real quick.
Alright, got power strip. Oh.
Power strip's back here. Let me grab that. Boom. Okay, we're back in it.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. So everything's going into all. All right. Should I keep talking or we just?
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going. So
everything's going into this bus 8. All those vocals here.
Okay.
So you see, I have a lot of stuff on all these vocals. Like, if I turn these off here, you see.
Found a rush, found a rush, found a rush, found a rush, found a rush.
They're just brighter and thinner. Like, there's so much going on in this track that sometimes you have to decide what frequencies you want. And this one I made a lot thinner so that it didn't get too cluttered with all the heavy bass going on.
So let's just real quick, one by one, just drop through and throw a couple words into why you decide to throw that effect on.
Yeah. Well, compressors, because they look cool. And you're supposed to put them on everything.
Yeah, it's like unknown art that you just do because that's what people say.
Yeah, but no, I mean, you know, everyone, especially with this type of music, pretty much uses a lot of compression these days.
Yeah,
which may
especially
sound
the vocals.
Yeah, loud and aggressive and present, and brings a lot of energy when you hear all those little like details in the sound. So tend to use pretty heavy compression on a song like this. So I got that V compressor. It gives it a lot of color. Like, this is not a very neutral compressor at all.
Yeah.
It gives a little bit of dirtiness, I think. The EQ just cut out a little bit of the lows. Maybe I was getting a rumble or something to help it cut through.
And this is on all of the vocal layers that you have.
Yeah.
You're applying these effects.
There's on
Okay.
all those in that section. This is I really love this plugin, Microshift
Yeah.
by
what's that
Soundtoys.
about?
So this will make your stuff sound more stereo. It doubles it a little bit, but it makes it sound really wide. Here, I'll turn it on and off.
Found a rush, found a rush,
See, this
found
on
a
how
rush, found a 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 rush, found a
Okay, that kind of sounds like the phaser. I'm sure what it's doing is slightly offsetting the audio and creating that phase effect.
Yeah, it makes it sound kind of phasey, but I also have a phaser.
Oh, that's probably the phaser then.
Yeah, so
found a rush, found a rush, found a rush,
Yeah.
found a rush, found a rush, found a rush, found a rush, found a rush.
Dope.
yeah, so there is a phaser, and then I got some more compression on here with the SSL.
Yeah.
This is my favorite. This is pretty much go-to for mixing vocals.
Yeah, yeah. So what does this do?
So this is the EQ. If you hear with it,
Found a rush, found
This
a
is just a
rush,
normal
found a
compressor?
rush.
what's that?
Is this just a regular compressor?
Well, this is modeled. This is a Waves plugin, and it's modeled on the SSL board. You know, the famous mixing board.
Okay.
So it's got a built-in compressor section,
Okay.
and it's got the 4-band EQ, and then the low cut and the high cut. So I tend to just boost these highs up a lot to make it cut through. A lot of people say you're supposed to do more cuts and stuff on mixing, and I try to
Yeah.
sometimes cut out the low mids, but for some reason on these SSLs, I think it sounds pretty good too when you just turn up the highs sometimes. I was working on this
Definitely.
song, so just adding a lot of brightness in general to cut through so much clutter on this song and keep the words intelligible.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep moving. There's one more thing. Let's listen for a bit, but the last thing I want to check out are the drums that you have. So let's listen to a bit more of the track, and then we'll solo out some of the drums.
Found a rush, found a rush, found a rush, found a rush.
Niggas allowed as a girls night boo. Lo fuimos sin bola, no bola la lean. Act like you got diapers, no babysitting. Gonna look like Carlito, I'm apples, bitch. I got bitches sugar when they drink my shit. Blacked out, don't know where I've been.
Can't stop cause it won't stop.
Blacked out, don't know what I did.
Can't stop cause it won't stop.
Blacked out, don't know where I've been.
Can't stop cause it won't stop. And I can't stop cause I won't stop. And I can't stop cause I won't stop.
Blacked out, don't know where I've been.
Can't stop cause it won't stop.
Yeah.
So, yeah, one of the things that I'm really impressed with is the way that those clicks cut through the track. It's like such a simple sound, but you have it really distinguishable. Is there anything you did in terms of trying to like really isolate that sound?
Yeah. I think part of that is having the sidechain compression,
Hmm.
so that things can like cut through and find their own space. But also, I think what might add to that a little bit is the main sound in that section for the drums that is a snap. What I like to do a lot of times is automate the reverb. So I think that keeps it just a little more interesting and present. Because
Yeah.
sometimes if it's like the same snap the whole time, it just gets too repetitive and it starts to like catch your ear.
Right.
But
Automating
this one,
the
the
reverb.
snaps, sometimes they have a lot of reverb and sometimes they don't have much. So,
So
me
yeah,
see if I-
let's listen to that.
alright. So, the snap is right here. Here,
Very cool.
so you see, right here, the bus is automated, so it keeps going in and out. And I find little things like that can make a big difference
Yeah.
in mixing. So if you watch right here,
Cool. That's a very cool effect. I've never really heard of anyone using that trick before, so that's pretty interesting. So yeah, you're saying that like you often automate or slightly change small effects, small parameters, just to kind of like add a little bit more excitement and difference to sounds.
yeah, sometimes subtle and sometimes more extreme. Like in this one, it's just kind of raising a little bit and out, so it gives you some interest in the song.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I'll have it where like the verse is very dry, and then all of a sudden it gets to the chorus, and maybe like the snare or something else I put a lot of reverb on, so it gets a new section of the song, and then you have the chorus to the song, the vocals, and all of a sudden they're panned out wide, and all of a sudden there's reverb on stuff, so it just makes a more musical and a bigger contrast. So I really like the automation of the reverb on stuff like snares or claps or things like that.
And did you say that you had sidechained the clicks or the snaps so that you take part of the mix out when the snaps are coming in?
No, I don't think I had this one. I don't think I did it with any snap. No, but I think doing it still with the kick drum like opens up some space,
Yeah, cool.
some space in there.
And then the other thing I wanted to know is how you go about recording your drums. Do you have a drum machine that you're manually playing, or are you kind of clicking things in?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, on this one specifically, I played some parts on a keyboard with a sampler,
Yeah.
and then some parts I draw in with the pencil. So I usually just play stuff. I have machine,
Yeah.
but I usually end up playing on the like a piano style
Okay.
keyboard, because that's kind of old school way. I just feel
Yeah.
comfortable doing it. It's all the same thing to me. Some people are really good at playing the drum machine, but I know
Yeah.
some people who are amazing at playing drums
On the keys.
on the keys, and
Mhm.
I'm just kind of used to it. But yeah, if it's it depends on the vibe of the song. If it's something that's got like a really human feel,
Yeah.
and you need to like have that human sound to it,
Right.
then I usually play it. But then if it's supposed to sound really mechanical and like robot and straight on, then
Yeah.
sometimes I go in and program it. So to me, it's all about the vibe of the song.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
think for the kick and the snare and stuff and the main feel, I think I played it. And then a lot of the stuff that's like really really fast trap hi hats and everything, like the
Yeah.
triplets and stuff. I think most of those I went in and drew with the pencil
Just
because it's
yeah.
just easier.
Yeah. Yeah. Right on, man. Do you want to plug your website and some of the things that you're working on right now, and just talk about when this is coming out?
Yeah, totally. So I've used a couple of different aliases for producing, and all my main stuff you can find is jesseleachmusic.com. So JESSELEACH music.com, and it just tells some more about me. You can find me there. I've used the name P. Kilmer to produce before, and I'm probably gonna be going by Kakudo Beats soon. I've got some new projects lined up, but I tend to always switch names. Jesse Leach Music, you can hit me up there. I also teach martial arts and stuff. I got a school, it's called Bloom Defensive Arts. If you like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or self-defense, hit me up about that. But this is Uncle Meg. She's got her new album coming out sometime this summer, or maybe next couple of months. She's got some videos and stuff out for it already. I love working with her. She, you know, no offense to some rappers, but not everyone is just because you rap doesn't always mean you're a musician.
True that. True that. Not
Meg
all
is,
rappers are good.
Yeah. So May, I love working with May because she's a rapper, but she really is a musician and has a vision and can sing and everything and has cool ideas. So definitely check out her stuff too. And I've done songs for her in the past also. There's some music videos and stuff out.
Most definitely. And we'll link your website, Meg's website. All of this stuff will be in the description. My name's Rob. We are doing this in the New York area. We're doing it in Seattle and Tampa. If you're a producer and you have a cool track that you want to take apart and show to the world through live stream, through YouTube, whatever, that's kind of one of the things that Dubsy is really trying to focus on, is the educational component, as well as the marketplace, dubsy.com, where you can pick up stems, acapellas, and sample packs. My name is Rob. This is Jesse. Thanks for joining us. Boom.
Boom.
All right, cool, dude. This has really been some quality shit here.